Welcome. This is a video tutorial on how to turn your laptop screen into a touch screen using your Kinect camera and Ludique's Kinect Bundle. Let's start Ludique's Kinect Bundle. This is the software. Here you have a lot of options. We will be using the 2D viewer and touch settings and the touch extractor and 2U sender. First we open the viewer. As you can see, here we have the laptop screen, and you can change depth image and LKB image, RGB image, and mix them together. We'll select the valid zone to be used as a touchscreen. After selecting the valid zone, you have to select the method. Background method is better for walls and floor. It's better for hard surfaces. Plane method is better for glassy surfaces, like an LCD screen. Now we calculate the plane. The ransack plane fitting is being done, and after it's been done, we have an error for the ransack plane fit. A good error is between 0, that's the best error, impossible to get, to somewhere between 1 and so-so. So we have 0.49, which is a good error. If you get another value that you don't like, you can redo the ransack plane fit, changing the ransack parameters here. Here we won't do it again because we got a good error. Now, in the right image, you can see the post-processed image that's going to the blobs, to the blob detection. We have to change the distance, in this case from 90 to 150, that means 0.9 centimeters to 1.5 centimeters. And as you can see, we have good blobs on the tips of the fingers. You can do dilate and erode post-processing operations. You can also refine the mask. So for example, if that point would in another case be a ghost point, you can start refining the mask, and as you can see here in the mask, it gets removed. So that area won't be used for blob detection. Stop refining mask. We will calculate the plane again to recover the mask we had. Now we have the mask again. As you can see, we have the blobs back. After doing the settings and blob calibration in this zone, we will open the 2U extractor and 2U sender. Here we have a very low frame rate, 15 to 16 frames per second, but this window won't be useful after. So if we close it, you can see the frames go up to 30. In this case, we will keep it open so you can see what we are doing. We will close it after when we send the 2U data to another software. In this screen, you can calibrate the points. You can perform a point calibration with different number of points that you can use. In this case, if we select 4 points, it will be 4 squared points, 16 in this case, that you will have to calibrate. And this is the number of frames needed for each point. The frames to be repeated, so a point is used, so the data that represents that point is used. We'll do a whole screen calibration first, and then another option. If you start point calibration just like that, you have an error that says check the data collector first. You have to use the data collector for the calibration. After, you can unclick it and check it, and just check the 2U server. We'll perform the 2U calibration on the whole screen. Select 4 points. A grid is put into view. You can click it again, and the whole screen grid gets put into view, but we will do a smaller version, but this calibration will be useful for the whole screen. After you have selected the points, you click S, also you press S in the keyboard, and the calibration begins. As you can see in the image on the left, we are performing the point calibration by putting our fingers over each circle. You can modify the number of frames used per point and the number of points used. Okay, so we have a good calibration. Now we uncheck Use Data Collector and check Send to Your Data to localhost and port 3333. We will keep this window open, and as you will see, the frames will be 16, so it won't be so smooth. But if you close with this window again, you get 30 frames. So it's very recommended that you close that window when performing real manipulations at the end. Now we will open Eclipse with the multitouch for Java, and we will use some simple examples. Let's use the start water scene first. I'll keep that here. I'll keep that here so you can see what's being done. And as you can see, each time we touch, the points get. That's 4 points, 3 points, 4 points. Now we will open a different example that it's the modus map example. As you can see, we have turned our laptop screen into a touch screen. You can also modify some simple settings. That's the update threshold. This value represents the distance between one point and another, a new location of the same point to be sent as an update. So if you have a point and it starts flickering, as you can see here, that the image is flickering with just one point put it in the same spot, you can increase the update threshold, and as you can see, it flickers less, and on 0.02 it doesn't flicker. So that's a small and easy way to make your touch points less jumpy. I'll close this application, and now we will show you how to do a smaller rectangle calibration. So we will change in Eclipse the size of the window to be used, 100 for save settings, and we start the start water example. Now it is a smaller window. As you can see, we have calibrated for the whole screen. So these points up here at the right upper corner, these points down here at the lower left corner. So let's perform a new calibration only using the rectangle of the application. We stop sending to your data. We start the Use Data Collector. We start the point calibration with less points and less frames, so we do it faster. Start the point calibration. Here in the instructions we can see that pressing 1 toggles on and off the mode to rectangle exclusive. So we press 1 using rectangle only method. On rectangle only method you don't select 4 points, you only select 2. Upper left and lower right, and the rectangle gets represented in the screen. So we start the calibration, we perform the calibration inside the rectangle, and that's it. We have it calibrated. We stop the use data collector and we start the send to data. And as you can see, now we have a good calibration inside the small screen. If we have it here, we have nothing. If we do it, that's here. So it's only calibrated inside the small screen. And that would be a first introduction, so you start using Ludique's Kinect Bundle in different setups. Stay tuned for more video tutorials. Thank you. Enjoy. Bye.